Yes, see person a black, they just catch them one time, shoot, boom.
My country people them. This one are Mark Bareta, one of the biggest people the way they be responsible for radicalizing the gullible, poorly educated Anglophone youth for send them for bush, buy guns, give them. Now they begin, they don't turn the guns, they attack now the Anglophone civilian population. And this live broadcast, it been now for April 2020. When I listen attentively to what we go talk, and then I go give an analysis later on, and I go play for una some evidence as well, the video of the victims them where themselves they go to talk, they go to explain what way they go through in the hands of these Amba terrorists. When I listen,
they cannot just say you will arrest a black leg or someone, because there are people who are now blackmailing others that others are black legs because they probably before the war started they had their issue. There are people who have claims to chieftaincy titles, and they go and blackmail others that this person is a black leg, is doing that, and our forces will just react because they hear this one is black leg. So there are people who are taking advantage of our revolution in our communities. People who have claims to chieftaincy titles, people who have problems with their house, people who have problems with marital issue. Maybe so you're picking because married some man way you don't be like him, you don't be give blessing, and because maybe you're picking then a part of Amba, now part of Amba boy. You shall picking say something that happened. This anyone a black leg that begin to just carry other people they go attack. Yes, see person a black leg, they just catch them one time, shoot, boom. You know what happened in Bambili yesterday? Two notables of the Bambili Fondom were murdered by Ambazonian forces. Get disagreement with community, and one time they use gun. We understand say what is them, they don't see blood plenty. They don't see blood plenty, and I don't even blame them. They don't bury their family, they don't bury their friends, and some of them may be suffering from PSTD, this post-traumatic issue. In Tombe, the commander in Tombe was gunned down by his own forces. That story just died so. It just died so. We didn't hear any man talk. And during war, many battles that happen during war. We for Ambazonia will not be an exception.
so when I don't hear Mark Bareta even give an example of Amba terrorists killing another Amba terrorist, then what about you, the ordinary Anglophone civilian, where nobody even Amba? Or maybe you just been an Amba supporter. In this case, now Amba we carry gun there for bush. The other Amba, them your own gang, they can't kill you. The person we talk about now so-called General Apande Kingsley. This incident happened on the 13th of April 2020. 13 months before that, for March 2019, the same Amba terrorists for ADF, they become burn their papa house. It no give you sense, it leave them until they can't kill you before sense enter a head. But then it deserve them. But what way they baffle me now when Anglophones they complain, say Amba don't do this, Amba don't do that. When I be think say, when they be tell una say make una donate money for buy guns, they be buy the guns and for do it. For una mind, if they like say the Amba boys them and gendarme them or army, they go clear some farm for some forest like football field. And then they put one camp for one side for left, and then they put like the Cameroon military for right, and then they get referee for middle, and then referee go blow whistle say fight, and then Amba go fight Cameroon military, and then when the fight don't finish, then they go come out for that bush, can't tell una for town, for una village say the fight don't finish, now this one don't win. Now so una be think, una be get that romantic idea for una head, una no be know say una villages them, una houses, una churches, una market, una hospitals, una schools, they go be in a battleground. Now for the way the terrorists, they go to fight, they can't fight now. Una no be know. The funniest thing I say, the people them for 2017, 18, 19, where they be done already foresee this thing. When we be one talk, they call we waiting. Black leg, they send their picking them. The Anglophone picking them. They can attack with the chase we out, and some of we will not be lucky enough, they kill them. And now exactly waited this way for 2020 April. Just the first few years of this nonsense, Mark Bareta they can explain, and he go explain further the infighting, the wickedness of Anglophones them. They use these armed bandits where they carry guns go bush for target their opponents them. for settle their own small scores, whether on a chieftaincy fight, on a fight for property, or whatever dispute where you be get them with your neighbor. When Amba thing come inside, they use them for settle their scores. And I wait this way it happen in the Anglophone zone. There is nothing like a fight for separation. There is nothing like a political fight. They don't get no political agenda. They only get an armed banditry, legalized criminality, and settling of scores. Now the reality of what way they happen in the Anglophone zone that today, and if you don't start since the inception, I mean say the very first day where these criminals they carry guns, because in most cases they even go broke open our prisons for move that picking them for prison, give them guns, send them into our communities. What the hell did you think was going to happen? As a matter of fact, Mark Bareta continue. Will now listen.
So, and one big to see for diaspora, make diaspora into, because diaspora don't can be in a point where they didn't say cause more problem. They didn't say make safe this Ambazonia, they didn't cause more problem. Because when there's a problem in a community, for diaspora, our first reaction is to boom, blame game. Then we start to put fighter A against fighter B, camp A against camp B. Because there are many politicians who are using this thing for their own gain. They cause confusion, then they go lie, say they want a black, don't know this, then when you go attack, they come to go against you. There are people who they use that way, maybe somebody owe you money, because you know some Amba boy, or your neighbor an Amba boy, picking an Amba boy, you just want to use them because you're picking an Amba boy, or your neighbor an Amba boy also. You use them, then the person go react. And you know do what Amba fighters them, then they don't have gun, but still push for many years, it's not plenty. It's not easy. So they just react. They react with the gun, boom, boom, boom. That is why it brings me to the issue in Kugwe. You know, it brings me to the issue of Kugwe. We don't hear things of Kugwe say a prince don't die because of interactions between the ADF forces. Let me just say this. This is my honest reaction. You see, not because I support ADF or I like Ayaba or so. I want to give this issue because we the two run our mob. That at the end of the day, we tend to blame ourselves. The prince for Kugwe don't die because of gunshots of the Amba fighters. In this case, they say it's the ADF. I never confirm if F and they Kugwe. I never confirm that. As of now, I never confirm that because they will tell we say they don't chase out ADF out of Kugwe. You see, that's the things where they will talk say ADF no they exist. From ADF is not existing to banning of ADF to ADF is not in Kugwe to ADF can burn power plants to ADF is not in Kugwe to ADF not in the attack a prince or so. Whatever be the case, whether now one or now two who's supposed for condemn, the prince has fallen because of an infighting with from the bullets of one of the defense forces, in this case the ADF. Is ADF in was it General Big Number? I am not sure because ADF people say Big Number is not in Kugwe. Few weeks ago, UPON social media said ADF has been chased out of Kugwe. The people of Kugwe, they rose, they chased out ADF of Kugwe. So the ADF also came back to Kugwe to act one issue. But I want us to be very sincere in the way we apportion blames. The actions of the ADF in Kugwe, let me call them the Kugwe, I will say Ambazonia forces in Kugwe, the ADF in Kugwe, or the Amba boys in Kugwe, what happened with the prince. It is not different from what happened in Bambili yesterday. It is not different from what happened in Tombe. It's not different from what happened in Ekombe. You know what happened in Bambili yesterday? Two notables of the Bambili Fondom were murdered by Amazonian forces. Was it ADF? I'm not sure. Because if it was ADF, maybe we would have seen on Mezza. You know, noise would have been there on Mezza. ADF was killed. But in Bambili, what I'm telling you today, the fund of Bambili brought together all notables, brought together all youth, and they said they are going to chase out Amba boys from Bambili. That are going to chase out them, that are going to form vigilante, because two notables of the Fondom were murdered because the Amba boys thought that they were blacknecks. They were a murder. We didn't hear noise about that. It wasn't ADF. In Tombe, the commander in Tombe was gunned down by his own forces. That story just died so. It just died so. We didn't hear any man talk. But we'll be very clear if it will be na ADF forces for attack that commander and so we will stay on measure for 2 days. For Nkunda, there's a problem between the community and Amba boys because the way Amba boys they treat the people for Nkunda. Now they try to sort out the differences. So you see what I'm saying. In Bui, with the fighters in Bui, 22 fighters they have disappeared. We don't even know where they are. In fact, they are dead. Bui warriors took them, controlled by one other group, in this case the Sakos group. So you see, a lot of issues is happening between our forces among themselves and in the community. No group is spared. No group is spared. So the problem is people are using this to manipulate. People are using this as bad faith, because what I see now as individual, everything that comes from ADF forces are not saints. Don't quote me wrong. ADF forces are not saints. They have their own issues, like any other force within our community. And these forces within our community, they're also doing things that we don't like, but we bury them because we want to make sure we keep a certain image of our revolution. But when it is ADF, we see people coming out with all types of narratives, all types of write-ups, thinking that you are killing the ADF, but you are indirectly killing the entire revolution. As I talk to you today, in Bamili, we have the fun is out there with youth. With the youth. Nobody's talking about that. It's quiet. A fighter was killed in Tombe. Nobody's talking. It's quiet. In Nkunda, quiet. Every life matters. So, what happened in Nkunda, we should condemn it strongly. And it brings me to the point that our fighters, the way they relate with the community matters. And people in the diaspora should not use it for their own aim. Should not come out and try to instigate. Should not come out and lie that 30 people, 20, 25, just because you want to instigate an emotion, you want to make too much of noise calling. And there are many people out there sharing this issue, but they sat quiet. They sat quiet. They never offered a word when it comes to Mbui. These people, they have no moral authority. No moral authority to shout because you sat quiet when 22 fighters were murdered. You sat quiet when Ambazonia fighters murdered two notables in Bambui. You sat quiet when another Amba fighter murdered the one in Tombe, in Busi. You sat quiet when the people in Nkunda. You sat quiet. But when an issue happened in Nkunda with Ambazonia forces, everyone is out there talking, and we also have major platforms that they don't publish anything. It seems they are paid. It seems they are paid to only publish when things is only concerning ADF. Please, there's an issue with our forces and the community, and it could across the board. So they're all Ambazonia forces, they're all Amba fighters. But what we will not accept is that people trying to use this situation to instigate hate, to instigate more infighting. People trying to use the situation to set out audios of imaginary numbers that they can send without even videos and say things that are not true. Because what happens in Nkunda happened yesterday in Bamili. What happened in Nkunda happened in Tombe. What happened in Nkunda happened in Nkunda. Across the land, there's a big problem, a very big problem. People were saying that Florence Ayafo was murdered by Amba boys. So people, the type of hatred that is amongst us, it has gone to a stage where we can just tell any lie we want to tell against another group, so long as it paints that group black. A foolish, disjointed revolution, a revolution without direction. When you attack each other on media, they don't see it that way. They see it as a revolution that has no direction, that has no hope.
So when I don't hear about this Kurugwe issue, the prince of Kurugwe where he be killed in cold blood by the Ambazonia Defense Forces ADF, the terrorist group under Cho Lucas Yaba, where they prison for Norway, and Ndong Emmanuel, so-called Capo Daniel, Asu Lucas, where they for Canada. So the background story now say the atrocities the way the ADF be committing for that communities for Kurugwe, Inyo, Guzang, and all of those villages then for Batibo subdivision, it be too much. It reach a point where it become unbearable. So now the population for Kurugwe, they galvanize themselves with the intention for drive out the ADF. Now for day now where the ADF come back for that village, now they can kill the prince of Kurugwe for force the population of Kurugwe for bend to their will. Now exactly the so-called liberation that they go liberate you from your lives, they go liberate you from your money, they go rape una kingdom, they go liberate una from una education, from una schools, they go liberate una from una infrastructure, destroy roads, hospitals, bridges, and everything else. Now the Anglophone liberation that. So when I go listen next to the victims, the people, them eyewitnesses and victims, where they run, come on from Kurugwe, running away from the Ambazonia terrorists, running away from the ADF, and going to seek for shelter anywhere else. And of course, if they're running from Ambazonia terrorists, they will only go for where they know say Amba no dede. Wherever Cameroon military they go no say Amba no dede. So they run to the Cameroon military, running away from Ambazonia terrorists. Remember this one na April 2020 where Mark Bareta record this video, and this next video at the plan for now for 10th of March 2020 where Sikot Judson will be post this video for your Facebook account. When I go check them, it's still there for day. When I listen.
Yeah, if you look and so the one are the people them, the population, the village people them from Inyo, Kurugwe Ifa village, where they run from ATF. They travel, go for another land, then go southwest side them. Mami them, or parent, they run from ATF them from Inyo. And then this, the Guzang market, Motor don't carry most of them. They are almost them 200 something. Motor don't carry some of them. So the one are the few one a day from now. So when they will talk, their problem, me they walk to me, they see, me they know. So now some of them this, where they run from that picking them for you. No wait, so the one are the one of them are me this. They will talk small. Go talk small for now.
What the way make am come up for you? They run around before one run, work and push before one for the place of so. But picking the way they do for in the way they work, they don't suffer. We can catch what people they go lock up. Be so one them this identity they go we. So we don't know what way you do. They be kiss on one man for we they we don't know people the way they kill them. But all the in don't suffer the effect. They go reach your base. Some they catch what chief for in go lock up. Catch the one for base go lock up. Catch people then go lock up for Kugwe. So now yesterday we even struggle. Say day before one run can be for the place of we now so. Don't leave the village for them. I beg, we beg, say me they help we because they suffer when we don't suffer. Within number of days for day, it too much. We not even getting for chop. We need to see bread 7 any chop. Don't suffer for day too much. Food to come also.
Okay, so another one will talk from Kurugwe.
Okay, what you have? If you talk someone and say. We don't over suffer plenty. They don't see ID for some people. Them they run. They can't be told for you. They say we not there. So we see one time we not even chop. Then I inside bush before they come out. They can't reach for here. Then I reach who can't reach for here. So with the big say me, what people me were boys then they fight for we because they don't make a now. We don't get even chop for chop. With the inside bush, the one they will pick for hand they suffer. So one they even they need to sleep. So with the big say me the hell we.
So when I don't listen to Mark Bareta for 2020 April, he explained with evidence, and I don't provide more evidence of Ambazonia terrorist atrocities, whether not for Momo, whether not for Kurugwe, for Batibo subdivision inside Momo, or for Bambili, or inside Kupe Manenguba for Tombel. He explained the atrocities the way Amba they commit them on our civilian population, on our traditional rulers, on Amba versus Amba. He explained am for una. He even talk, he no mention the Guzang massacre, but now one of the atrocities in that way it be happened for 2018, and for this 2020 February, una remember the Bui massacre, where for that massacre now 39 ADF they be killed by Christopher Anu and Sako Ekome, their own gang. At that time, Chris Anu and Sako Ekome, they be still the talk, they be still the under one internet government. But of course, we know the infighting, as Mark Bareta explained them, even for that audio, for that video, it talk about the infighting, how one group that is sabotage the other, they are lying about each other. But remember, these are the same caricatures and charlatans where they radicalize Anglophone youth, raise money, buy guns, give the most poorly educated shit no white blast in the Anglophone community, under the pretext, say they want for liberate that same Anglophone community, under the excuse, say they want for fight against corruption, against marginalization, against all of these things them, where themselves they can't confess them today, say that they practice them, the infighting, the lies where they talk about each other, the manipulation, the radicalization, the Amba killing Amba targeting Anglophone civilian population. So what is your excuse for doing to your own people, where even your own so-called enemy no they do am?
Some few weeks behind, or months, the situation in Bangui had been really terrible. The boys had been so disunited. They had been fighting amongst themselves. Worse still, abductions, ransom taking, and molestation of the citizens was on the rise. All the inhabitants of that place were crying, and many of them running out of the village to safety somewhere else. They were about running from, we had a situation where most of them were running from our boys instead of running from the military.
When I don't listen, Sikot Judson, another Amba fool, where he did for Finland, he explained for una the situation from Bangui. And this video, now old video, 2019. 2019, where this is just at the peak. When I remember, I said this madness, they carry guns them. Of course, they don't carry guns since 1997. But the latest Ambazonia crisis where would they in is starting at 2016-17. 2019, Sikot Johnson, the Terwuna, said the population from Bangui, from Momo Division, they were running away from the Ambazonia terrorists. Nobody me talk am. Na yourself talk am. So, the question remains, what were you thinking for 2016-17 when these charlatans should know why blast where they did for Facebook, where they did abroad, they be the fool una. Whoa, UNESCO, they come, they go ban school here. Whoa, United Nations, they come for divide country, they get ships for Ambas Bay. When I just start time with the camp.
And right now, because we stay for stage for self-defense, this is what will happen. Within the next 1 to 2 or 3 months, Ambazonians living abroad will start paying their flights to go back home and fight. It has come to that stage. We, the Ambazonians, the boys, the able boys, we have reached that stage where we will mobilize, we will go back home and we will assemble our weapons and fight. We shall fight. Number 2, would already be psychologically prepared for fight. Would already be very psychologically prepared for take gun for shoot. We'd already experienced war for the past 2, 3, 4 months, 5 months, and even 1 and 2 years. We'd already see how the struggle don't evolve. We'd already be so intertwined in the struggle. That means psychologically we are armed to fight. It will come a point where we shall be paying our fights to go down there and fight, like what happened in Eritrea, like what happened in South Sudan, like what happened in other countries. People left from the diaspora, went back home to assist their boys to fight, and we shall come to that particular stage. As we speak, we have military people, ex-military people, and people who have also worked in La Republique and who are angry about the whole situation. It shall come a point we shall go there and fight.
Tapang Ivo them and all these talking heads and idiots, they can't fool una, say that they come. Themselves they can't fight. Who's are them day? Who's are the 5,000 soldiers the way they be talking today for South Africa they come? Who's are them day? Who start them? Even the Facebook noise makers. Who start the tapang day to day for Facebook? Who start the Mark Bareta? Who start Eric Tato? Where them day? Who start Capo Daniel? Who start Ayabacho Lucas? Of course, in the prison. Who start a fang big number? We don't kill him. Who start all that people? So Captain Savior, this and that. They, where them day? So when I realize them now, say Anglophones now literally the most wicked people them way when I don't ever see them. The reason why Anglophones they cry about Ambazonia terrorist atrocities today, no mean because they don't even know say they buy those guns, give those picking them, say me they go kill people them. Of course they know. They cry now say they kill now the wrong people them. If the Amba terrorists they carry those guns, they go kill now CPDM. If I find them, they don't for the complaint. If they will go kill a person where they consider them as their enemy, okay, enough for bother them. As they talk, they use the Amba nonsense for settle scores. You don't get nothing for do with their political change for Cameroon or say they are fighting for the cause. There is no cause. It is legalized armed banditry. Any person where if you get problem, land title problem with the brother, cousin, when they fight chieftaincy palava, fight over woman or whatever. When this Amba thing become, they say I'm saying that opportunity that for legalize their actions where they could take them. They just need for talk to that person a black leg. No trial, no, they don't even hear your opinion. They just catch you and all that. Your story, it end. And this nonsense, it almost happened for me. Now the biggest mistake that way Ambazonia terrorists ever do so they target person like me. Innocent person who are not given nothing for do the political situation for Cameroon. And of course, like I talk, it is not about politics. They don't get no political demand. Which way did they do? They just fight for liberate you from your money, liberate you from education, liberating you from your lives. So they are separatists. They go separate your head from your body, beheaders. They go separate you from your money, extortion. They go separate you from your family, from your loved ones, from your community, and make you into an IDP, running away from the shit no white blast terrorists where they day inside your community. Now the separatism that they're separating you from your community, from your lives, from your heads, from your body parts, and from your money. That is the summary of what Ambazonia terrorism is all about. My country people them.
I want for can announce some news where I know we believe say it will be a good news. Say JC for ADF, the top commander for ADF, the most dreaded person for Isa Bamenda, they don't kill him. So I want to make the video confirm because plenty of people they call me for inquire. So for just end the inquiry, I want to confirm and say JC Idam pass, Idam fall, Idam enter shock. Whatever name if you call him, JC Idam fall. Greetings, fellow Ambazonians. This is Capo Daniel, your activist. I want to share with you video footages that are coming in from Bamenda, from one of our Ambazonian forces, the ADF, that is in Bamenda, the dominant force that controls Bamenda. This video is of an Ambazonian who is enabling the Cameroon government to continue to propagate itself in a country where it has recolonized. I want to remind you that this individual was executed for the crime of treason for working for the Cameroon government. And this should send a warning to everybody in Ambazonia who serve the colonial administration. So Ambazonian fighters should show no mercy, because today you are alive, tomorrow they will come for you. Anybody who have been warned, but you decide to ignore the warnings to go and help the Cameroon occupation, I want to remind you that this individual was executed. Watch the video.
Document the nationality as of Nkunda.
Wait, ma ask you something. You there for front public security. You dey help people there for make their ID card.
Yes.
For inside the government.
Maybe ID card.
You dey help people. When I say help people, that means they facilitate for make lost document or facilitate for make nationality certify your document them. Yes, certify your document them no. Yes. May make ID card no. Yes. May make ID card for belong for outside.
Well,
Ambazonia, all la Republic.
May make ID card for belong for outside. We the talk so no one people them, but you say you the facilitate people them for make ID card for belong for la Republic no. Them say you are Taranjina one.
No one.
I tell you say you will not be one. Just the fact say you the facilitate man for make ID card for belong to la Republic. We don't talk say we no one people they meet and get the ID card again no.
If you call Abdul Karim away, na my brother.
We need to talk about Abdul Karim for ye. We need to talk about Abdul Karim for ye. You understand?
Yes.
You there for OTAN, for front public security. You dey facilitate people them for make lost document, make nationality for la Republic inside our land. You dey facilitate people for make nationality for la Republic inside our land. That means say you be waiting. You know how they call you? That they call an treason, and you know wait to be penalty for treason na death. You understand? Yes.
I'm be sorry for that.
There's no matter of sorry. Treason for another country, we there for another country who they fight, they defend the homeland with our blood, they die on daily basis, and then you they facilitate people for get inside la Republic ID card for inside our land. That means you be one of them, and justice must take a course.